Greg Shoemaker, Tri-State Football, here at Gold Star in Alexandria, and it is our 2025 kickoff show. And right now, I've got the Highlands Bluebirds up here with me, Coach Bob Sphire over here, and Ryan Dunn, the middle linebacker, RD, the man in the middle of the defense. And Coach Sphire, 11-3 last year, really good season. You've been close the last couple of years of getting into that state semifinals and state finals game, and now you moved down a class. You moved back. You're down to Class 4A, and talk a little bit about this team. Let's start with the defensive side of the football. You've had some really good runs the last couple of years during the regular season with some good performances put together in a row. But talk about this team. Are they going to be anything like last year's?
Well, we lost 8 starters off of last year's defense, and throughout the regular season, we played a really good schedule. We led 5A in fewest points allowed, and that's going to be kind of hard to replicate with the schedule we have, but we just take them one game at a time. But guys worked really, really hard. They've worked hard to develop their bodies, and they've worked hard at the schemes. And there's 2 or 3 things I really like about this team, and one of them is I think they love to compete, and I think defense is based on effort and competitiveness. And I think they care about each other, which is a great trait. And they're very, very coachable.
You talk about this team. I know one of the things we've talked about the last couple of years is about them getting in the weight room and getting bigger. How pleased are you with the performance all the way through your program now with what they've done in the weight room?
I'm very, very pleased. I think our player development process is probably one of the keys of what we do. If you come into the program and you follow the plan and follow the process, I think you got a chance to really develop just overall athletically. We want our guys to get bigger, stronger, but we also want them to get faster, more athletic, increase their vertical jump and increase their broad jump, change the direction. Speed development is a part of that process too. So it's really an overall athletic development process that we try to put them through.
And let's talk a little bit about your schedule before I go over here to Ryan and talk a little bit more about the defense. And the schedule, 3 games out of your first 5 against teams that won at least 11 games last year. And then 2 games later, you got Cov Cathol in there. You guys aren't shying away from playing anybody. Talk about your process and thinking of what you want to schedule each year.
Well, first off, I think these guys love to compete, like I mentioned. Secondly, I think you're at Highlands and we're expected to compete. But beyond that, I think that's the fun. But I also think champions, winners in general, you thrive through conflict in life, and a lot of times it's internal conflict. Am I good enough? Have I prepared well enough? Am I cut of what it takes to be successful? Those are what high school football should the lessons it should kind of teach. And a great schedule obviously should challenge them week to week. But that's also the fun of it, and I think that's what our guys hopefully are going to look forward to. Yeah, I looked up and I saw a preseason ranking, and 6 of the top 12 were on our schedule, and that doesn't even mention Elder across the river. So, yeah, it's going to be week to week.
All right, Ryan, let's talk a little bit about the defense. You're the middle linebacker for this team. Tell us about your senior class and what do you like about your defense?
Well, our senior class, I feel like there's a lot of trust on this defense, and not even just the senior class, but the junior and some of the sophomores. But, yeah, a lot of trust among the players, and just as long as we do our job and take care of business, I think we can be very successful that way.
Tell us a little bit about playing Friday nights at Highlands. That's an amazing place. But tell us about the atmosphere for you as a player.
Well, it's just simply surreal. It's unbelievable to just have this community behind your back and supporting you along the way and just wanting the best out of the team. And it's a real pleasure.
How about you this offseason? What did you work on to make yourself a better football player?
Worked on speed a lot and getting bigger, of course, and just trying to get as much muscle as possible and lose fat and just stay fast, and it's just getting ready for the season.
What's it been like playing for Coach Sphire for 4 years?
It's been a pleasure. It really has. He's a very intelligent coach. He has taught me a lot, and I'm excited for another season.
Before we wrap everything up, guys, these Highland Bluebirds are here with me. Bob, 35 years as a head coach. Take us back to that. Do you remember that first game, what your first pep talk was in the pregame, that very first game of year 1?
Oh, Lord, I honestly and truly, my pep talk was just go out there and compete and figure out what we got. I was figuring it out. I took a job in the mountains at Knott County Central, and they'd never really had a competitive team. And we lined up against Hazard at Hazard, and they could have beaten us 100 if they'd wanted to. Thank God Paul Raines didn't do that to us. But the next year, we took them to double overtime.
There you go. That's Bob Sphire, head coach of the Highlands Bluebirds, along with middle linebacker Ryan Dunn, right here on Tri-State Football's kickoff show at Gold Star in Alexandria.